Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, so, I mean, like I said, incredible. They did a great job. Let me see if I can find the PlayStation E3 conference overview here on IGN real quick. And let's see, blah, blah, blah. It was easy to find the other ones, but of course this one's probably going to be hard to find.
A little later at night.
Yeah, it was a little later. I don't know if they've done the full review yet. Let's see. Come on, IGN. Let us find the PlayStation 4 E3 summary. Maybe this is it. Oh no, this is a video.
The first game there was was it The Last Guardian? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, so they showed The Last Guardian off, which was obviously insane. You know, I think the games that people always talk about, right, is everybody wanted Fallout 4, everybody wanted Last Guardian, everybody wanted Half-Life 4. So Half-Life 4 is like the only one out of those titles that we haven't seen and we won't see, I don't think.
No, I doubt it.
But yeah, I mean, they showed The Last Guardian off. Let's see here. My goodness, I can't believe that they don't have this. What do you think about PlayStation Conference? No, thank you. Every announcement from the Sony PlayStation Conference. Here we go.
There we go.
So, yeah, they had Last Guardian. It looked cool. I mean, it looked okay. You know, Jeff Keighley made the same comment. He's like, it looked like it did 8 years ago when we saw it for the first time. You know, so I mean, the graphics were okay. It didn't look shockingly awesome, and it didn't look super polished as far as that goes. But it did get a release date of next year. So
that giant chihuahua with feathers is a walking nightmare. But other than that, it looks pretty good.
I don't know what the big catch is to that game as much. I don't really. I don't know what all the fanboys love about it because I wasn't a PlayStation guy beforehand. But you know. Obviously, it draws a lot of attention. So, let's see. We have Guerrilla debut. So the Guerrilla Games talked about their new game, which was freaking amazing. Looked awesome.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
looks very cool.
All I can say is I hope it plays better than Killzone. And that's my fear.
It's third person. You'll be all right.
Well, my fear is it's made by Guerrilla Games, which some people love. Killzone, and I get it. Like, Mesa loves Killzone. He's a huge fan of it. So, this game is their new franchise called Horizon. This one's called Horizon Zero Dawn. And it looks really good. Then you had, obviously, Hitman. They showed Hitman off. Take it or leave it, I guess. I can't believe they got... Go ahead.
No, Hitman's kind of fun. I mean, if you play that game like really like stealth, you can make some pretty comical kills. It's kind of fun. I've only played one on 360. So.
Then you had Street Fighter V, which I can't believe they got the exclusive to that, man.
I know that actually it kind of bums me out. Like I'm hoping to have a PS4, so it won't really matter. But I've been a huge Street Fighter fan since I was a little kid, man. I'd get the guys lining up in the arcade, and I'd just be just crushing them.
Yeah, I used to love the Super Nintendo version.
Yes, that was the best, dude. Super Street Fighter 2,
yep.
Turbo. I don't know. There were so many different names.
Yeah,
Ultimate Super Street Fighter 2.
I mean, I just can't believe they forked the money up to get that game. I don't know. I guess they just have so much money from selling so many PlayStations. Like, we can't keep it all. This game, The Dream, I don't even know what the hell that game was. Excuse my language, but dude, this was... it was so weird. Like, create your own game by drawing, and I don't even... Just look at this screenshot. It's like a bare face playing the piano. Okay, like I
maybe that's the nightmare.
I didn't understand what it was at all. Obviously, they got Destiny Taken King info they released, which you're right. You had the hunter shooting the bow. You had the warlock shooting lightning out of his hands. Like something out of Star Wars. And then you had the Titan throwing his hammer. So
yeah, but he also runs with it, and he looks like he runs pretty fast.
Yeah,
So, and when he clubbed somebody, it looked like they went flying. So I was like, I'm all
I
about
can say
this
is I'm glad, and I know we'll talk more about this on Friday, but I'm so glad that I have one of each character.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm hoping to have all three by the time it comes out. So
yeah, that looked awesome. Final Fantasy VII remake for everybody that was ready to see that. I guess I know Null Zero's probably pumped about that. He'll have something to say about that on the podcast because he loves that to death. The resurrection of Shenmue. So you were telling me about Shenmue.
yeah, it's. I believe it was a big Dreamcast game. The second one may have been on Dreamcast, may have been on PlayStation 2. I cannot remember. I never looked into it. But what does it say there? The game is seeking funding on Kickstarter, where its developers are hoping to earn $2 million within 1 month. I wonder where it's at, dude. I'd be.
Let's click and see where it's at already. $16,000, and it just launched like an hour ago.
No. It has 16,000
I'm
backers.
sorry.
It has $1 million.
Oh my. $1.3 million already. Already, bro.
Yeah, dude. Absolutely bonkers. And I don't even.
Look at it. Look at it.
I've
just count
never
up.
played
Look
them.
at it. It's just counting up as we're sitting here.
Oh, really?
It's literally just counted up.
Just refreshing, and it's just moving.
Look! There it goes again.
Yep. Yeah, 3 more backers right there.
Oh my goodness!
I bet you by morning, it'll be really close to its goal.
Look at it! Look at it! It just keeps jumping. It's already gone up $1,000 since we've been sitting here.
And Nightblade is saying that it was on Dreamcast, 1 and 2, and then 2 was on the 360.
Oh,
so,
okay. So yeah,
there you go.
PlayStation,
big cult following, that's for sure.
PlayStation just made them a lot of money. So
yeah.
And then let's see what else came to PlayStation. You had let's see.
Did you think it was fun? Like, I actually got a little bit of a chuckle when he brought up the television stuff, and it was like the room kind of was like, "Why are you talking about TV?"
They talked about View for a second, but
yeah.
I do commend them that they went through it real fast. They didn't really hold it. I mean, everything was flying in this game. You know, one of the highlights from the PlayStation one was the No Man's Sky demo.
Yes,
he went to he did a little bit of the fighting. A little
bit of combat,
and then he zoomed out to all these stars, and it was like millions. And he's like, some of these will never even be visited. Like, some of these will never get visited. And then he just picked a random one. He's like, I hope this works. And he went to it, and it worked. And it was so cool, man. It was like,
all the critters and it was neat.
I don't know how I'm gonna take this game in, right? Because like I'm so like what do you call it? Like I have to finish everything in most games when I play them.
Okay.
I'm really ADHD about it. So like I don't even know if I can play this game. Like I don't know what it's gonna do to me. Obviously, if there's some co-op play, I'll probably definitely be grabbing it. They talked about Morpheus, which is pretty cool, but they went through that really fast. Didn't talk about it very much. Said that it's playable. There was a playable Guerrilla Games new IP by Guerrilla Games called Riggs that looked really cool, and it was a first person shooter. So I was like, hey, that's what I'm talking about. Like, give me a cool VR first person shooter. Let me see how I like it, and that'll tell me if I can buy into this at all. Bring
back MechAssault, please, somebody.
Well, it was kind of like that. It was in mech, so.
I know.
And then you had Call of Duty. All the stuff's on PS4 first. Whoop-de-doo-dah. I don't care. I don't even know if I'm going to play this game. I mean, how do you feel about it?
My boys are really into it, especially my older son. If he ever gets ungrounded, he will be able to play it. So, and it looked fun. It looked like Titanfall, kind of, the way they're running on walls and doing that kind of stuff. So, but it looked like the guns were hitting pretty hard. It looked, it looked like Call of Duty. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
I
it's
just don't know if it's too futuristic for me, man. I think they've kind of gone off this path of futuristic stuff, and like the dude was throwing out powers and
and making did you see him making the NPCs like barf?
well, yeah, and I'm just like, what is this? Star Wars mixed with Call of Duty mixed with future warfare? I'm just like, man, what is going on? So I don't know. I really don't know if I'll play it. Obviously, exclusive stuff doesn't matter to me.
Somebody's asking about the price of the Taken King. I think it's $39, but for $60 you can get Vanilla Destiny and both of the Dark Below and House of Wolves and the Taken King. You can get all of it, and I think it's like I think there's a limited edition also. I think somebody mentioned it earlier in the chat, and that has a like some
DLC,
I don't know.
well, probably all the DLCs with it.
Well, and it has some swag or whatever, like you can, whatever, a little button or something that says I play Destiny. I don't know, something.
Young asks again, do I think that that COD has run its course? Yeah, for me, it definitely has run its course. I think they're trying to innovate it so much it's becoming a different game, in my opinion. But it is what it is.
For sure.
It'll still sell
Nightblade
millions
said
of copies.
39 or 79 for Taken King.
Star Wars, if you got kids, Star Wars exclusive
Or
Disney
if you are
Infinity, they would love it. Yeah, this bundle's pretty cool though, because they're going to give you like some exclusive stuff. You're going to get the Boba Fett figurine and some other exclusive stuff for the PS4. So it's pretty cool if you're into Disney Infinity. But the coolest thing was the co-op, the Battlefront co-op that they showed off. And Battlefront looks amazing, dude.
Yeah, it does. How do you feel about not being able to look down the sights?
I'm fine with it.
Are you? Okay. It looked a little counterintuitive just watching the video. Like, everything looked amazing. And I was like, why are we not able to look down our sights? Like, they did, if you had a scope, you could scope, which was good. But even with the pistol, when it just stays to the side, it's like, man, this feels like the Nintendo 64 almost.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you can make it too like tactical shooter. I mean, it's Star Wars, so
yeah,
I like the third person view.
Yeah, which if you're playing in that view, it's not that big a deal.
Right.
It's just when it switches to first person. But it seems to me, if I think about the first one and the second one, I typically played those in third person just because it felt like I was controlling the action figures I had when I was a kid.
Right. Yeah, I mean, Star Wars Battlefront looked amazing.
Yeah.
I just hope it plays better than most Battlefields because I'm not a huge Battlefield fan. So hopefully it plays better than that. But Battlefront looks incredible. And then you have the Uncharted 4 demo, which was awesome too. So I got a PlayStation. When I got my PlayStation, it was after the Xbox One reveal. And I was so mad at Microsoft, I went and traded in all my Xbox stuff, and I picked up a PS3, which was a horrible system, by the way. And
It was a Blu-ray player.
yeah, the controller felt like a piece of paper in your hand that was completely crappy, which is my biggest reserve about getting a PS4, but glad I did. I love the controller now. But the thing is that when I got my PlayStation 3, I picked up The Last of Us, and that game did captivate me. That story captivated me. It was really awesome, and so I never played any Uncharted games on the PlayStation before. I'm really looking to play in Uncharted 4. I think it's going to be a great story. I think they're really good at captivating you with these. That's always been kind of their deal, right, is how good the story is with Uncharted. It is a new writer, it is a new director, but I think the studio, all in all, will be able to push it forward. So,
for sure.
But if I had to rate these things, first, second, third, the Ubisoft, Sony, Microsoft, I would probably put Microsoft first, man, with the close second to Ubisoft, and I think Sony came. I think they got a B, man. I don't think they scored an A. Because I just don't think they showed really that much stuff for me. That much content for me to be super excited about. they went through it fast. You know, the thing like Street Fighter. I don't really care that much about that. You know, some of the things they pointed out they have exclusives on, I don't care. You know, so No Man's Sky was cool to me. I love to see the new Guerrilla Games thing, but I have reservations about that because it's come from the same publishers of Killzone. So I really don't know what I'm super excited about. If you were to ask me, like, hey, pick out one thing from them you're super excited about, and like, I have to say, like, at the end of the day, probably the main thing that I'm excited about from Sony is the exclusive content with Destiny and Uncharted 4.
Gotcha.
My favorite announcement. I mean, what was your favorite announcement of the day?
Ooh, favorite announcement of the day. That's tough, man. I mean, Microsoft hit so many for me. Just seeing Halo looking, the beta did not look the best in my opinion. It didn't. You could tell it didn't have the textures and everything. And seeing the way it's running now, that was really exciting. Seeing Gears of War was really exciting, and seeing the one thing that's super difficult. Probably the thing that blew my mind the most was the Halo lens or HoloLens, whatever you say it, I don't even remember. But that thing just looked like a technological marvel. The way that you could play Minecraft on the table. That was pretty crazy.
Yeah, that was really cool. I mean, futuristically, that's probably one of the coolest things announced. That's coming in the future.
Yeah,
I would have to say, obviously, for me, I think Gears of War 4 was obviously one of the ones I was looking forward to that got announced. I'm super excited about Cuphead. That's what it's called.
Yes,
right?
dude.
I'm
Cuphead
excited.
looked great.
Like when it comes
to play Battletoads again on Twitch is going to be so fun.
When it comes to indie games again, like that's what I'm looking for sure. When it comes to like games in general, man, I hate to say it, but like the Division, obviously, but like things that I didn't know about, like something I didn't know about, like Ghost Recon excited the crap out of me.
Yeah.
Like excited the crap out of me, and so I'd have to say probably that as far as the one I didn't know about that excited me, and then probably Gears or the Division, games that I kind of knew were coming, but that I'm most excited about. So
yeah, for sure.
Well, let's see. Sure. We got any questions here in the chat? You guys gonna do this every night after E3? We'll probably do it tomorrow night again because tomorrow is Nintendo. So we'll probably jump on and talk about Nintendo. What do you think? What are you hoping to see out of Nintendo, man? Because there's no Zelda. So what are you gonna see?
Dude. Well, I mean, I think there's gonna be something that surprises us. I think we're gonna see maybe Super Mario Galaxy 3. It just depends. It's the 30th anniversary of Mario this year, so I kind of think we're going to see something big with Mario. We almost have to. Now, I know they've got the Mario Maker coming out, the Super Mario Maker, but I don't think that's going to be that's not a holiday title, and Star Fox doesn't seem like a holiday title. So the two big things I'm hoping is there's something killer for Mario, and Galaxy 3 would be great for me, and Metroid. It's time. It is time to see Metroid come back and
sell
to be done
consoles
right.
for them, though? Like, that's my question. Like,
dude, they've already pulled out the big hitters at this point to sell consoles.
You think Star Fox
Mario
is going to sell consoles?
No, I don't think they have anything left up their sleeve to sell consoles, because they did Mario Kart, which was, I believe, that sold 30 million copies,
right,
or something like that. It was insane. It was absolutely insane. On the Wii, on the original Wii. So they pull out Mario Kart 8, and it has like a 50% install base with, so I mean, it did its job. But you had Super Mario 3D World, which was absolutely phenomenal game, super fun. My 7-year-old had never played completely through a game before. She did not stop playing that game till she beat it. Like, she couldn't stop playing it. She loved it. My wife and I played all the way through it together.
Some new amiibos?
Amiibos are, dude, those things are definitely where Nintendo needs to be, because they're selling like crazy. And they've already mentioned some that are just, they have a 30th anniversary Mario that it's an 8-bit. He's standing on top of a pipe, you know. So even if you don't collect them, I'd say go get that just for nostalgia, because that's the Mario we grew up with. So I don't know that there's much more they can do to sell consoles. Like the Amiibo.
What about the rumor of a new console? You think that's possible?
I don't. They're not going to talk about it this E3. They shouldn't even have mentioned it already, because it wasn't a clear. I don't think it's necessarily a Wii U replacement. Because of the statement that they said everything can be, you know, you can play together, right? The mobile, the DS, all that stuff. But I hope it's not something like a Ouya, where it's like, it's just, you know. I mean, I'm serious. I really hope. I think what Nintendo needs to do to really start selling consoles is they need to come up with a streaming service that allows you to pay a monthly fee for all their back catalog of games, and stop nickeling and diming everybody with each game purchase, and just say, hey, for, you know, $14.99 a month, here's the access of games from NES to the Wii, and just let us play them.
Yeah.
And I think that would draw people in, because they'd go, wait a minute, now I have access to everything.
How big is the hard drive on a Wii U?
Well, it would need to be cloud, right? I mean, it would need to be run on a cloud, which they're behind in that stuff. So who knows? Maybe this NX will do something like that, and that would be great. But as far as selling consoles, I don't know, man. They pulled out their big hitters, and the big hitters did not hit it out of the park for them as great as they were. So, and then the problem, Nintendo needs to get third parties back. That's what they need to do. They need to. It's my opinion anyway. The problem is the Wii U didn't sell well, and then it had a massive drought of games where it was like, there's nothing to play, nothing to play. Well, that's where those third-party titles come in, to fill the spots between first-party, and so they've got to mend some of those bridges, and you know, I mean, if we had a PlayStation 4 style machine for Nintendo that was that powerful, you know, Mario Kart and those other games.
What's Microsoft saying too?
About Nintendo?
No, that's what they're saying.
Shut up.
If they had a system that powerful.
Here.
No, I get it. No, but I really can't say much. They had a great E3, but yeah, Nightblade's saying that he doesn't think they're going to announce anything until 2017. So 2 more years riding the wave of Wii U. I don't see that happening. I think if it's not this year, it's next year for sure. They've already set themselves up to be years in advance of PlayStation, of Sony, and Microsoft when it comes to releasing a console. So
yeah,
I think they're going to have to do it sooner than later.
And they're pushing mobile. They've been pushing mobile on the DS. You can see these mobile games coming out that are free to play, where you get X amount of turns, and then you got to buy coins if you use too many up, and then or else you got to wait. Right? They're already experimenting with these models, so they know where the money's at, and they're going to go for that market share of mobile, because, I mean, you look around, you're in a public place with kids, and how many parents give their kid their device just because it's like, I need you just to chill out right now. You know what I mean? Like, there's more kids on a phone than there are probably on DSs now, especially younger kids.
And I give my kid the iPad all the time.
There you go.
To watch movies.
So if he's playing Mario or she's playing Mario, whatever, you know, give him some quality games on there. I think Nintendo will crush it. I just don't want to see them like it. I mentioned it on the podcast where it bums me out that the 3DS is the last console system we're going to see from Nintendo, or the last cartridge based system you know. So we aren't going to see these things anymore. Everything will end up being downloaded, and it's
It saddens your heart, huh?
it does, dude. It bums me out. It bums me out because I mean, you still get discs, but they get disc rot and they wear out, you know. So.
Well, thanks everybody that jumped in the stream tonight. I know it's not our normal stream, and we're missing a couple guys because they're slum dogs and they're playing Destiny instead. But I guess we will see you guys if you want to jump on tomorrow night. We're going to come over and talk a little bit about Nintendo and some of the other things that will be announced tomorrow. Obviously, some other content about some other games will come out as well. So
it probably won't be as long.
Yeah, it definitely won't be as long. So.
What are we pushing? 2 hours?
Yeah, we're gonna cut this up and have a couple hour and a half. It looks like so.
Nice.
We'll cut it up and have a couple different games to talk about as well. So, all right, guys, thanks so much. We will talk to you guys later.
Thanks, guys.